I'd like to continue the initiatives that I began between 2002 and 2005 when I was deputy mayor, focusing on stabilizing taxes and open government and preserving the beautiful quality of life that we have in Holmdel.
If we keep the zoning the way it is, we'll be in pretty good shape, because the current zoning prescribes the right balance between development and open space. What worries me a little bit is that the current majority of the Township Committee has shown a willingness to change zoning, as they did last year with the conservation zoning that governed development in South Holmdel.
Lucent at one time was a huge rateable in our town. Almost 20% of our tax base was Lucent. Over the years, because the property value has gone down, the rateable from that property has gone down as well. It's really important to be able to bring that rateable back to what it was, and keeping it commercial and bringing in a quality commercial development will be beneficial for the taxpayers of our town.
Janet and I oppose housing on the Lucent tract because we're looking at taxation on the long run. See, if you want to control the amount of taxes that you pay as a homeowner, you have to make sure there's enough commercial taxpayers to balance the burden. But if you put houses on the Lucent tract, you'll be diminishing the commercial value of one of our largest ratables.
We need to scrutinize our budgets. We need to think creatively, think outside the box. One thing that we can do is try to work more with the Board of Education and other municipalities to share resources and to combine our services that will save money for the taxpayers. And we really need to go through the budget and see what we can do without to find some way to reduce expenses.
What troubles me a little bit about the decision by the Township Committee to transfer $1.4 million out of the sewer fund surplus to pay for operating expenses, besides the fact, of course, that it sort of represents double taxation for those people who contribute to the fund, is the fact that that $1.4 million in expenses won't be going away, but the surplus will. So next year, when we begin the planning process for the budget, we're starting in a bit of a hole.
When I was on the Township Committee, we did take a very small portion of the sewer surplus. It was $200,000 as opposed to $1.4 million, which was taken this year, a mere fraction. At the time, I was concerned that we were even taking that much money, and I suggested that we lower the sewer rates for the utility users, because I believe that if there was that much surplus, then the sewer rate should be lower.
And what happened with that?
There was a study being done. I was not reelected, and the matter was dropped.
Well, another wrinkle this year when it comes to taxes is the revaluation that took place across the town. I don't know about you, but I went to bed in a simple colonial and woke up in a mansion. I'm very pleased to see that property values went up, but I would have been more pleased to see if the Township Committee had been more sensitive to the issue, and instead of focusing so much on trying to keep the tax rate the same, they would have spent the same amount of diligence in cutting back some of the expenses, and therefore providing tax relief for people like myself who are looking at double-digit tax increases.
We need to publicize when positions are available. We need to look at people who are qualified, who are willing to participate on our boards and committees, and who are willing to be dedicated and spend their time doing what needs to be done to make our town better.
You know, as a younger man, I used to think I had all the answers, and then as I got older and wiser, I realized that the best answers come when you get input from other people. And that's really the secret to open government. The more input you get, the more involvement you get, the better the decision making.
When the Township Committee members have to appoint professionals and have to look at the qualities and the experience of the professionals, it's not good to have been a recipient of money for your campaign. It taints the whole process. It's unnecessary. Candidates should be able to run their campaign from contributions from residents in town, and there's no need to get large contributions from professionals for any reason other than the professional wanting a job in town.
I think a majority of the Township Committee has pretty much defined open government through their actions. Over the last couple of months, they've attempted to pass various ordinances designed to limit membership on the Township Committee. Janet and I, we define open government very simply. If you'd like to get involved, thanks. We can use your help. You know, at the beginning of the campaign, Janet and I were sitting around the kitchen table. We're talking about those issues that are important to us, things like controlling taxes, maintaining quality of life. encouraging open government. You're doing that process sort of in a vacuum, so it's been very gratifying to find that as we've been walking through the various neighborhoods here in Holmdel and talking to residents, many of them feel the same way as we do, that these are really the most important issues facing the town.
People are concerned about taxes. They have been concerned in the past. But the residents are focusing more on the issues. People who have been of one party in the past are now saying this really is an issue-oriented campaign, which is heartening for us because that's the way we are running our campaign.
I know it's really easy to get cynical about the electoral process, but on November 6th, when you go to the polls, I hope you'll keep in mind that Jan and I really do care about this town. We've taken the time over the last couple of months to share with you where we stand on the issues, and that we'd like the opportunity to represent your interests on the Township Committee over the next 3 years. The fact is, you can make a difference in this election. You can cast a vote for change.
I want to close by thanking everybody who has taken the time to view this video. I want to thank all our supporters, and I want to thank especially everybody who has been helping us on the campaign.